Hey guys, we are back some more Golden Knights franchise mode on Eastside Hockey Manager, and we are gonna do some moves right off the bat. First, I want to send down a guy called with the last name Nosek, Tomas Nosek, mainly because we are already at the 26, or well, I should say 23 maximum roster limit, so we have to send down 3 players, and that's even with 3 players on the injured reserve, so we really have 29. So we're going to send down Nosek here to Chicago, and we're also going to call up Shea Theodore, and then we're going to offer out Griffin Reinhart on a trade. Same thing with Brad Hunt and with Clayton Stoner. And if no one wants those guys, then yep, we're going to just have to waive them and send them down to the minors. So we'll go to the team report here again. Stoner, waivers, AHL. Hunt, waivers, AHL. And Griffin Reinhart, waivers, AHL. There you go. So there you go. That finally cleared up our roster problem. Temporarily, at least, until we get Marc-Andre Fleury back. Then we're going to have to send Dansk back to the AHL. That's not a problem. And Grabovski and Clarkson, they're obviously a long ways away from even coming back. So we do not have to worry about them. Let's get the season underway for the Vegas Golden Knights. And we are going to do our best, but when you look at the league standings here, we're apparently 17th, as we have Marc-Andre Fleury as our goaltender, but not for the first couple of games, as he is injured. But as I was about to say, I was thinking we do our best, but at the same time, we kind of have to get the best prospect possible. The top 5, I believe, in this draft are very nice. So if we take a look at all of our scouts, oh dear, we should probably do this. So I'm going to assign David Conti to the entry draft. And let me just do this real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, so that took quite a while, but there is all the places where our scouts are scouting. So we will have a good idea on all the players in all of those leagues. And let's finally get this regular season underway, as all of those players clear waivers. Very nice. So don't have to worry about them on different teams. I mean, no team wanted to trade for them anyway, so I would imagine they would have cleared waivers regardless. Golden Knights jersey numbers to be decided. Okay, so these all look good. Clarkson, I'll give Clarkson 23. Why not? Then Grabovski, what's his number? 84. Yep, that is open. And I believe that's the last thing to do before the season starts. And yes, the season has started. Not for us, though. For other teams, I believe our first game is on the 2nd. Could be wrong. Yes, against the Oilers. So void confidence, yep, they are confident in us, and hope for a long and successful era. Okay, so preliminary draft rankings. So Rasmus Dahlin is the top ranked player, followed by Joe Veleno and Andrei Svechnikov. And I believe Zadina is after that. Let's take a look at the entry draft here. Evan Bouchard, Jared McIsaac, Philip Zadina, Isaac Lundestrom, Kalen Addison, Keandre Miller. All right, so yeah, again, those top 6 are pretty good. Philip Zadina, actually, I got him in one of my personal GM modes, and he ended up getting like every franchise record that I had, every offensive franchise record. So that was pretty cool. So top goaltenders, we are not up there. That's unfortunate. Defensemen, we are not up there. Left wingers, not up there. Centers, we are not up there. And right wingers, we are not up there. So, yeah. Then top prospects, Draisaitl's apparently a prospect, which doesn't make much sense. Zach Grabovski, Brock Besser, Charlie McAvoy, Nico Hischier, Clayton Keller, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Matthew Barzil, Christian Fischer, and Jesse Puljujarvi. So there you go. And the first game in Golden Knights history, what's it going to be? Oh, God, I forgot. Did I forget to set the preferences? What's going on here? And we lose 3-0 to the Edmonton Oilers. Nice start to the tank, boys. So let me see the, not preferences, detail level. Yep, that would be it. No, not maximum, minimum. There you go. Cannot have it going that slow every single time. All right, let's see what happens here as the program is not responding once again. There you go. That's all better. Let's see what happens. Next game is, I believe, on the 5th, did I see? Nope, on the 4th. Okay. Against the Calgary Flames, let's see what it's going to be. Who's going to score the first goal for the Golden Knights? And it's going to be Eric Howla from Riley Smith and Bellemare. And then Neil gets the game tied up from Marchessault and Shipachev. And we're going to overtime, and now we're going to a shootout. It is going to go to the Calgary Flames on a goal by Johnny Gaudreau. And the Golden Knights are 0-1-1 to start out the season. So you know, one thing I actually forgot to do is set the strategies that our team will use. So if we go into tactics here, we'll go to extra attackers. We'll make it Marchessault and Eakin. So the first unit's actually not bad. It's got 4-star offense, 4-star defense, 4-star speed, and 4-star skill. So we're going to set that for 60 seconds for the shift length. Face-offs is obviously going to be Shipachev, playmaker. I'm not going to designate a playmaker, anyone specific anyway. So for the forecheck, we're going to go positional high. Offensive zone, we'll leave all that positional. Neutral zone, we'll go 2-1-2. Defensive zone, positional. Offensive zone face-offs, I think we'll go overload. And then defensive zone, we'll go lopsided. All right, now mentality. I think it's going to be normal. They'll be aggressive. They'll back check hard. Gap control, just leave that as normal. Puck pressure, heavy, definitely. Hitting, nah, they got a 3-star toughness. Tempo, they can go high tempo. Passing, if they're going to go high tempo, then I'm not sure about creative passing. I'd prefer that for the power play. Shooting, we're going to go barrage and normal dumping of the puck. Actually, you know what? They have 4-star speed, so you might be able to use the puck dump to your advantage there, dump and chase, but on second thought, no, because they're a first line and they're skilled, so I don't think they need that. Second line, let's see. I mean, that's relatively the same thing. We'll go for 60 seconds. Eakin. We'll do the same settings as line 1. All right, finally got all the tactics set. I'll just review them real quick for you guys. So take a look at them real quick. I'm just going to speed through them. If you see anything that might need to be changed, let me know. But this is what they all look like. 3-on-5 penalty kill, even strength. There you go. Now, I wonder about our coach, Jared Gallant. Not a very good goalie coach. Do we have any goalie coaches, actually? Ryan Craig? Nope, he's not one. He is not one. He is not one either. It's Pryor. Okay. Now, what we should do is set the practice coaches. All right, that'll do for now. And we are actually already up to 19 minutes on the recording, believe it or not. I've had to stop quite a bit due to the amount of micromanaging in this game that's just not fitting for YouTube. So now that all of that is done, let's get into this simulation for about a month or so, I would say. We have a game against the Stars on the 7th. Let's see what that's going to be. And that is going to be a 5-3 win for the Golden Knights. There's our first win of the season. Not bad, boys. That'll do. All right, game against the Coyotes. That's going to be a 3-0 loss. Yeah, it's kind of looking like a tank season right here, just based off the first 4 games. I mean, I know it's still too early to tell generally, but oh, Fleury's back. Good. So that could potentially help some of our problems there. Remove from injury reserve and get back in the lineup. Marc-Andre Fleury, welcome back, buddy. All right, Bellemar's back actually. Is he already dressed? He should be. Yes, I believe he's already dressed. So let's check out the average ratings here, specifically of defensemen. So I'm going to scratch Nate Schmidt for right now. I'm going to put in Shea Theodore. I'm going to give everyone a chance here. And let's check forwards. So Cody Eakin is actually at a 550 average rating, so that is not good at all. Let's get him out of here for right now. We'll give William Carrier a chance. So maybe that'll give us a little different dimension right there. And that is going to be a win against the Coyotes. Very nicely done. I'm sure Marc-Andre Fleury had plenty to do with that win. And game against the Red Wings, they're 2-4, and they beat us 5-0. So that is unfortunate right there. So yeah, it's looking like a rough season. But that was expected out of a rebuilding team, you know? Or even out of an expansion team. Obviously, this is not the real life Vegas Golden Knights. If it was, then they would be rated very highly. But this is the game version of the Golden Knights. The preseason version of the Golden Knights, I should say, because these are the day one rosters of the 2017-18 season, and there is a shootout win, very nicely done. But again, not too high of an expectation for this team going into the season. Game against the Blues, and I did not even see the result of that one. Went too fast. I believe that is a 4-2 win for St. Louis. So that's, yeah, this team is going really back and forth for the first part of the season. And again, that was expected. So there's nothing much we can really do except just go through the season and then take it through to the draft. Then maybe we unload some guys. Who knows? And yep, another loss to the Blackhawks, 4-2. So we are 4-5-1 in our first 10 games with the Golden Knights. So the strategies appear to not really be helping too much. Might be the coaching, might be the roster that we have. I'm guessing it's a combination of both. So we're going to just, I would say, keep going like this. And Marian Hossa has retired. And he's an assistant coach, but not a very good one. So we're going to pass on him. And that is a brutal loss to the Colorado Avalanche. We are now 4-6-1. So as I was saying, we may as well just keep this roster the same up until the trade deadline, because we're really not in a position to be making any moves right now that to improve our roster. Injury blow for Holtby. He is out for 4 months. Wow, brutal for Washington right there. So let's check the statistics once again. Let's check the average ratings. He can still get the lowest one, so I'll leave everyone else in there. Defenseman, Nate Schmidt still has the lowest one, followed by Lucas Spiza. So, you know, I'm going to get Spiza out of there and get Englund in just to get him some games. And I'll get Malcolm Subban some games as well, because Fleury's been playing most of them so far. And that is going to be a 4-3 shootout win against the New York Islanders. So good game right there, boys. Just got to get those meaningful wins for this team. You know, confidence boosters at this point. I mean, I know it's we're just barely getting out of October, but you know, this is a team that obviously doesn't have too much skill. Game against the Bruins, and they're going to win 4-2. Yeah, season's not looking too good for the Golden Knights already. 5-8-1. As we have another game against the Senators, we beat them 3-2. So we're actually going kind of back and forth a little bit the way I see it. Because if you take a look at our schedule, win, loss, you know what, let's start with October. So this is the first regular season game. Loss, loss, win, loss, win, loss, win, win, loss, 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 win, loss, loss, win. So we're very back and forth. Player of the month is Jamie Benn. Rookie of the month is Leon Draisaitl. Offensive player of the month is Jamie Benn, and defensive player of the month is Martin Jones. And look at all these news articles that I don't care about. Read all. And that is going to be a 6-3 loss against the Maple Leafs. So yeah, the Golden Knights, at least in this game, are not off to a hot start. 6-9-1. I'm going to read all there. There's a 4-3 win. See what I mean? I mean, we're kind of all over the place. No real direction what this team is going. So Colin Miller is out for a few days. That's lovely. We're going to get Spiza back in there. So game against the Jets here. Let's go. Come on. Vegas. We lose 3-2 in a shootout to the Jets. So 7-9-2 is our record currently on the season. And November 15th, game against the Oilers. Let's see what it's going to be. It's going to be a 4-1 loss. Yeah, that hurts. That really hurts. We're already at 10 losses halfway through November. That is not good at all. Clarkson career milestone, 200th career NHL game. Good for you, Clarkson. And the game against the Canucks coming up here on the 17th. That's going to be a 4-3 shootout win for the Rangers, a 4-2 win for the Flames, and a 4-1 win for the Ducks. So all the winning teams have scored 4 goals on that day. All right, game against the Canucks, 4-1 loss. That is once again unfortunate, as we appear to be one of the bottom teams this year. So there's a 4-2. Man, I cannot talk today. There's a 4-2 loss against the LA Kings. So yeah, 7-12-2. That is not a good sign of things to come. At least not for this year. Up until the entry draft, which is probably going to be the most exciting part of this season for the Vegas Golden Knights. There's a 3-2 win for the Blues and a 3-1 win for the Stars. And the Blues appear to be okay. David Clarkson has been advised to retire by his doctor due to recurring injuries. So I wonder if the same thing is going to happen with Grabovski, because I'm pretty sure they had the same injury and they were out for the same amount of time, and Clarkson's already gone. So that is one less person we have to worry about. So yeah, Grabovski's still out for 9 months due to surgery. So that is one less player, as I said, that we need to worry about on the payroll once he gets back. Or once he would have gotten back. He is never going to come back in this series. So yeah, the same thing happened to Grabovski. Grabovski sets sights on retirement. All right, so that's very interesting. I guess if a player gets a long enough of an injury in this game, then they just automatically retire. And retiring at the end, and I guess if age plays a role into it as well. We saw the same thing with Yzerman in the Red Wings series. So I guess Grabovski's retiring at the end of the season, because it didn't say he was retiring right now. So that's another player that we don't have to worry about on the books for next year. So that's honestly good. He's already retired. Okay, because I saw in his info tab that he was waiting till the end of the year. But I guess he retired just now. So there are 2 players off of our roster that we do not have to worry about anymore. Cody Eakin is unhappy. Yeah, well, you had a 550 average rating there, Eakin. That I wouldn't be... All right, let's see if I could slot Eakin in here somewhere. We'll give Lindbergh a rest. Where's Lindbergh? Right there. Put Eakin in there, see what he can do. And it's put him at second line center already. Marc-Andre Fleury has 5 games consecutively, so we'll leave him in there. He can go a little bit longer, maybe into December. Game against the Sharks, that is a 3-2 win in the shootout against the first place team, the 19-3-1 San Jose Sharks. That is a win. Nice confidence booster for this team. Smith out for 3 weeks. That is Riley Smith. That is brutal. 7-day IR. The injuries just never stop in this game. Oscar Lindbergh, get back in there. We'll leave Fleury in there. Game against the Coyotes. That is going to be a 6-2 win. Very nicely done. So I wonder at what point do we throw in the towel officially and start the rebuild here. Because we seem to be that back and forth team. Like, we're either win-loss, 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 or we're win-win, loss-loss, win-win, loss-loss. We're very streaky in that respect. Jonathan Dugan out for 3 weeks. Again, not sure why I care about him, unless he's a prospect of the Golden Knights, which I'm not aware of. Let's actually check that right now. Who are our prospects? So Nick Campoli from the last episode is... Okay, so these are our prospects. Okay, so that's unfortunate then. Never mind, I do care about them. 3-2 loss against the Stars. Once again, we appear to be going back and forth. Our team doesn't know what it wants to do. And that is a 4-2 win for the Jets. They're 21-5-1. They're hot. And let's get to that game against the Wild. It is December now, and we are going to lose 5-3 against the 11-16 Wild. So the Wild are actually below us in the Western Conference standings. So that's interesting. Jets, we have a 4-3 win against the 21-6-1 Jets. So it appears we're losing against the bad teams and we're winning against the good teams. Where have I heard of that before? Oh yeah, New Jersey. All right, so 5-1 win for the Coyotes against the Devils. Speaking of New Jersey, and the Capitals will lose against the 15th place Columbus Blue Jackets in the Eastern Conference. Player of the month is Connor Hellebuyck. Rookie of the month is Brock Besser. Offensive player of the month is Tyler Seguin, and Connor Hellebuyck is defensive player of the month. That is all good. Kane point streak over. He's at least 1 point in each of his previous 17 games. So 4-1 win for the Golden Knights over the Arizona Coyotes, the second place Arizona Coyotes. What is going on with this team? I do not understand why we win against the good teams and we lose against the bad teams. It's you can't explain that. You really can't. And we're headed on 40 minutes now on the recording. So let's get up to, I guess, the roster freeze, which is like December 21st, so right before Christmas break, and then we'll end it off, and you guys can chime in on what we should do, when we should unload, all that stuff. Leave it down in the comments section. And that is going to be a 4-2 win for the Calgary Flames, who are second place in the Western Conference, and the Canadians are second place in the East with a record of 18-16-2, I believe I saw, and we lose against the 10th place Predators. Of course we do, because we lose against bad teams. That seems to be the recurring issue here in Vegas so far this year, and of course we lose to the 11th place Stars. Good job, boys. You know what? We should get Fleury out of there. I'm sure he's played a lot of games in a row at this point. Nope, do not want to go there. Go to roster, tactics, Fleury, let's see, game log. Yeah, he's played a lot. We'll get Subban in there. We'll read all of those. Not interested in that. Let's get up to the Christmas break here. 5-1 win for the Sharks against the Wild. Wish we could win against some bad teams here, like the Sharks can. So a 3-2 win for the Stars over the Rangers. The Golden Knights are going to have a 3-5 loss against the Hurricanes. Okay, so that at least makes sense. The third place Carolina Hurricanes beat the 15th place Golden Knights. That makes sense. I'm just talking about like whenever we lose to a 14th place in the conference team. You know, it just makes it's so confusing, this team. All right, a 5-1 loss against the Penguins. All right, we're starting to see a little bit more consistency with losing to good teams. So we're 12-19-2. So it looks to be that we are missing the playoffs, as we are not. We're halfway through December and we are already pretty much at 20 losses. So that is brutal. 2-0 win for the Capitals over the Ducks, and a 3-1 win for the Rangers over the Bruins. Pretty similar records there as well. And that is going to be a 4-3 shootout loss over the to the Panthers. We are now losing. We are still losing to bad teams, I should say. Instead of now losing, we are still losing to bad teams. So we appear to be losing on a more consistent basis now, which makes sense for this team. There's no stars on this team other than Marc-Andre Fleury and possibly James Neal. I mean, okay, so December 20th, it should be one more day to the roster freeze. Yeah, 5-2 loss to the Lightning. That makes sense. Starting to see the weaknesses of this team here. And there is the roster freeze. So we're going to end it right there. The simulation anyway. We will check out the points. So Shipachev with 26 points leading the team. James Neal 23. David Perron with 21. Jonathan Marchessault with 18. William Karlsson with 15. Riley Smith with 14 and 23. He is injured currently. Shea Theodore with 14 points in 31 games. Good thing I called him up. Alex Tuck with 12. Carrier with 11, Garrison with 11, Bellemare, McNabb, and Merrill with 9, Lepsic, Lindbergh, Miller, and Spiza with 8, Eakin and Hollow with 7, Anglin with 1, Fleury with a 8.9 or a .892 save percentage, and Malcolm Subban with a .856 save percentage. That is brutal. So that'll be about it for this one. Let me know what we should do, when we should start unloading, guys. If we should start unloading now or wait until the trade deadline, or maybe even wait until the draft. Who knows? That'll about do it. I've gone on for long enough in this recording, 42 minutes already. I'm going to end it right here. See you guys in the next one. And let me know what we should do.